But let's get right into it, man. We're gonna start the talk, man.
Death Battle is sponsored by Brandon Yates.
Again?
Get right into it, man. Let's be. Death Battle.
Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith.
Obito Uchiha, secret leader of the Akatsuki.
Prime examples of how you could die a hero or live long enough to become a villain.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Obito. I'm biased.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, the Iron Fist of the Galactic Empire ruled everything.
Right.
All thanks to the super powerful super murderer, Darth Vader. But beneath his spooky mask lay the husk of former nice guy, Anakin Skywalker.
As a child among the harsh wastes of Tatooine, Anakin longed to one day free his fellow slaves as a heroic Jedi.
Lucky for him, he met Qui-Gon Jinn, a Jedi who believed little Annie was the chosen one and would bring balance to the Force. No pressure, right? So he took him under his wing to become the papa he never had. Or so was the plan, until...
Hey, it's me, your skin. I crave being clear without irritation. CeraVe Acne Cleanse.
Yeah.
Instead, Qui-Gon's apprentice became Anakin's mentor. But while Anakin sought a father figure, Obi-Wan saw him as more of a brother.
I'm sure that won't cause any awkward tension whatsoever.
I don't know much about Star Wars. I only kept up with the Clone Wars. I never seen the movies. Please don't ridicule me. I never seen the movies, but I only saw the Clone Wars. Star Wars the Clone Wars. Was going to pick up on Rebel, Star Wars Rebel, and The Mandalorian. I was planning on watching that soon.
However,
drama and trauma aside, Anakin quickly became a powerful Jedi.
And then I played Lego Star Wars now. Like, come on now. They go to all games.
He excelled in lightsaber combat and the Force, an energy field that binds all living things together.
The Force lets Jedi move stuff with their mind, fend off mental attacks, predict the future, and make people believe these aren't the droids they're looking for. They're basically space wizards.
Through rigorous training and a not unnoticeable natural talent, Anakin was particularly skilled in the Form 5 lightsaber fighting styles, Xian and Jian-So.
Also known as the Way of the Great Dragon. You know that big Santa Dragon Mando blew up from the inside? Yeah, make that a lightsaber.
Form 5 is incredibly versatile, well suited for defending against lightsaber and blaster alike. It focuses on blending parries with devastating counterattacks, aiming to win duels through overwhelming pressure.
Perfect for the Padawan who just bulldozed his way through training to become a Jedi Knight.
Even as a newly knighted Jedi, Anakin could keep up with some of the most experienced Jedi Masters and Sith Lords of his time.
But he had plenty of other problems to deal with, like his late-blooming rebellious teenage angst. I mean, you don't just throw a kid into Space Monk School and expect him to forget everyone he ever cared about, right? Well, apparently that's what he was supposed to do.
The life of a Jedi can be difficult and cold, something Anakin could not accept. And so, rather than let his secret wife die in childbirth, he was seduced to the dark side through the promise of power.
And so began his Jedi kill streak, until Obi-Wan gave him a glorious lava bath. How refreshing.
But thanks to his new Sith Master Palpatine, our young warrior was saved, reborn, rebuilt. He was now Darth Vader.
Vader is a badass. Everyone knows.
So is he like crispy smoking still underneath all that?
And they're terrified of him.
I know he high.
I mean, just look at the guy.
As impressive as his armor appears, you might be surprised by its quirks. See, while the Jedi view the Force as an ally, the Sith see it as a tool from which they draw power through passion and emotion. Most potently, negative emotions. Palpatine trained Vader by not only making him believe he killed his wife, but also ensuring he would never forget the monstrous machine he had become.
By making the suit suck ass and piss him off. Seriously, Vader hates this suit.
The armor would beep at random times just to annoy him, and the life support system was outdated from the start. Sometimes it would even turn off for several minutes.
That doesn't seem good for someone with burnt up lungs.
And it was so heavy and clunky that he could barely walk. Sometimes even...
Hey, maybe you got rid of that yee ass haircut, get some pictures on your dick. Nigga.
And resorting to moving himself with the Force.
Oh man, I knew Palpy was evil, but I never knew he was such a dick.
Well, despite these issues, the armor fulfilled its true purpose, crafting Darth Vader into the equivalent of a slasher movie villain commanding a galactic army.
nobody wants to mess with him. Thanks to the dark side of the Force, he can make maelstroms that blast everything away, form barriers that shield from all sorts of attacks, and choke anything that's even a minor inconvenience. Hell, sometimes he skips straight to crushing your lungs.
One time, a droid named I-5 tried to kill Vader with a laser stated to move 300,000 kilometers per second. That's light speed, and Vader easily blocked it.
And for as much bullshit as Palpatine threw at him, Vader was tough enough and stubborn enough to push through it.
Palpatine knew that Vader would eventually try to kill him and take over the Empire. It's how the Sith work. So he constantly fanned Vader's hatred by sending assassins after him to make sure he was still worthy of being his apprentice.
Oh, that's nothing. One time, he blasted off most of Vader's robo-limbs, destroyed his armor, dropped him back on the lava planet, and told him to make his way back without the Force.
An impossible task, yet one Vader accomplished.
Yeah, because he really wants to kill Palpatine.
I knew Vader was him, but I didn't think he was Timothy Vader.
And that hatred is apparently useful in keeping Force wielders alive, and has sustained many Sith in conditions that would otherwise kill them.
I'm sorry, Liam Neeson. Should have hated a little more.
Vader has killed hundreds, possibly thousands of Jedi, including Obi-Wan himself. He's fought entire armies on his own.
Now, why he
even taken on monsters the size of mountains.
He's so unstoppable, an assassin droid hired to kill him quit the job because he calculated that Vader was impossible to kill.
And in Ewoks material from the old Legends canon, a real deep cut, we know, lesser dark side users like the Night Sister Shiral overpowered the Sunstar, an ancient artifact capable of shifting moons. A feat which would require energy worth over 12 septillion tons of TNT.
First of all, how the fuck do you know this?
Zeros.
How? This will always be bad. What the fuck y'all get these numbers from?
But if you want something more recent, here's a planet blowing up while Vader was on it, and he's fine.
But thanks to both his incredible power and the mercy and trust of his secret son, Vader would eventually avenge the atrocities of Palpatine. Even more important, he finally saved someone he loved. Ultimately, Anakin Skywalker truly did bring balance to the Force.
This is my comeback.
Oh, so they're like
Start yours at global.edu.
So they like
Hi, my name is Dennis, and this is my game Teardown.
But they not.
The game takes place in a dynamic.
So he's a villain, but he's a hero.
Hokage, the leader of the Hidden Leaf Village and their strongest ninja, respected and loved by all.
We didn't love the third Hokage. Third Hokage was a bitch.
Few have attained this title, many have strived for it.
One such striver, sadly lacking in parents, wanted to both help people and be acknowledged by the rest of the village. And what better way to do that than having your face carved into a mountain? If you think I'm talking about Naruto, guess again! This is the story of Obito Uchiha!
Obito unfortunately lacked the natural talent for ninja arts attributed to his Uchiha bloodline.
So he signed up for ninja school and eventually joined a team with his rival Kakashi, his crush Rin, and their leader Minato. Where do you think I can get into a ninja school like that?
Not one that teaches you to harness this form of chakra, a limited form of physical and spiritual energy that exists inside all human beings and, naturally, can be weaponized.
He can use it to run up walls and make clones of himself, but even better, blow shit up!
This is ninjutsu. Among its many techniques include elemental attacks, and the Uchiha specialize in all things fire.
Big fireballs, small fireballs, waves of fire, columns of fire, you name it, they've got it. So when Ninja World War III came along, it totally made sense to get this fire ninja involved at the age of 11. Yikes! Well, lucky for Obito, he had one more
I mean, that's war for you, bro.
secret weapon up his sleeve, eye socket. The Sharingan!
The Sharingan grants extremely precise vision, allowing someone to see the flow of chakra, predict an enemy's attacks, cast a variety of genjutsu illusions, and even break out of said illusions.
Too bad he didn't get to use the red eyes much. Like 10 minutes after he got the damn things.
You wanna know what I realized? I hope this is not Kakashi versus Obi-Wan again.
He got smushed under a big rock. What a way to go! But since he wasn't expecting to use his super eyes anymore, he handed one off to Kakashi. And then he died. The end!
Miserably. Fight!
Just kidding!
Miraculously, Obito survived long enough to be rescued by another Uchiha, the legendary Madara. Madara granted Obito a new body, regenerating the limbs he'd lost.
You're probably thinking, oh, what a swell guy. Except he was not. Madara was brewing some plans for world domination and needed a pawn to carry them out. So he tricked Obito into watching Kakashi kill Rin, making him fall victim to the Uchiha's curse of hatred.
Within the Uchiha clan, there exists an ideal of being extremely devoted to love. It has been speculated that if a particularly powerful Uchiha loses someone important to them, that love will be replaced with an all-consuming hatred. This is how Obito awakened his Mangekyo Sharingan.
Or Red Eye 2.0. The Mangekyo gave him a new jutsu called Kamui. With it, he can suck his foes into another dimension and leave them there to die. He can even hide weapons in there until he needs them, like his gun by fan. But even better, he can phase through stuff.
Well, not quite. Kamui gives Obito the power to move through objects in a manner that's similar to the common phasing superpower akin to the Flash or Kitty Pryde. In reality, it's much more complex, as Obito is actually teleporting parts of his body into the Kamui dimension whenever they overlap with other matter. See, there's his body parts right there.
Well, if it looks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's
a duck.
phasing. Heads up! Yeah! Way later on, he also got another super eye. Man, he's really swapping these things around like a Prime sub on Twitch.
This
Welcome
Renegon
to the
grants
world
Obito
of
the
Naruto.
power of the 6 paths, giving him some nifty abilities like controlling gravity with the Deva path, ripping out souls with the human path, and summoning giant monsters with the animal path.
With all of the awful stuff he'd gone through, Obito realized that the ninja world was corrupt to its core. His dream of everyone being happy and working together was never gonna happen. So instead, he agreed to carry out Madara's Giga Brain plan to control everything.
Donning masks and multiple personas, he recruited a number of rogue shinobi to form the Akatsuki terrorist group and kicked off Ninja World War IV, all to revive the monstrous Ten Tails.
In all seriousness, in my eyes, it was all over Rin.
I know what you're thinking.
Because he was like,
wasn't
you
the
let
whole point
Rin
of this
die.
to stop war in the first place?
It
And
was
that's a
all
very good
movie over.
question.
You're not ready to
Anyway,
talk
the
about
Ten Tails!
A living mass of near inexhaustible.
Some people gonna be like, but Vass, it was more than that. It was a deeper meaning. I've seen Naruto countless times, and I'm gonna stick by that. This war was over Rin. Obito was the original simp. Right now, if you around us, people that I hang with, if you simping over a female and the show want to do with you, we call you Obito. Simple.
Chakra. The Ten Tails possesses tremendous power. It can create massive thunderstorms and hurricanes, multiple clones of itself, and the devastating tailed beast bomb.
Forget bomb. That's basically a super nuke. This chakra ball is so explosive, it can eclipse continents and reduce mountains to dust.
Comparing the surface area of this blast to the surrounding mountains, dispersing that much mass within a fraction of a second must have yielded a kinetic energy worth over 13 septillion tons of TNT.
That's 24 zeros. Again, Obito wanted that power for himself and was willing to throw hands with anyone to get it. He's held up against master ninjas like Kakashi, Minato, and even Naruto in his monster energy drink form, which could outmaneuver the fastest attack from the Lightspeed Raikage.
And he far surpassed all of them when he finally sealed the Ten Tails within himself, becoming its Jinchuriki. This little makeover granted him unlimited flight, power rivaling the legendary Sage of Six Paths, and the truth-seeking orbs.
These special little bowling balls can shapeshift into any form the user wants, like a staff, giant arms, an umbrella thing, or this crazy spiral blade that apparently helped shape the whole world. Oh, holy shit, it's huge!
The truth-seeking orbs can completely disintegrate anything they touch
Just sort
at
of
both a
Nakabuko.
molecular and spiritual level. Only those with the power of the Six Paths can resist their effects.
Plus, with the Mangle monster in his system, Obito's regeneration got amped to the point where he can survive having half of his body control Alt Delete it away. All cards in his hand, he was ready for the final stages of the Giga Plan.
He summoned the God Tree and prepared to launch the Infinite Tsukuyomi, a powerful illusion that would trap the entire world in a never-ending dream, free of conflict and sorrow.
But
And that's what Baruto is.
the violent cruelty of the ninja world could only quiver in fear when the anime protagonist walked in the room. After getting 1-2'd by some talk no jutsu, Obito saw within Naruto the spirit of his former self, someone who was always trying to help others. And they say his heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Obito joined Naruto and Kakashi in saving the world, giving his life to protect his friends. And in his last moments, he entrusted them with reaching the dream he had so long ago, to become Hokage, of which they both succeeded.
Though he may have lost his ninja way, Obito Uchiha overcame his hatred and helped realize the world he wanted.
And that world is not like that. No more. Welcome to Naruto.
Run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Alright.
I sense your fear, your anger, and a power. I will be taking it. That power will save this cursed world.
I'm a lot great
You'll
voice
have to
actor.
pry it from my cold, dead hands. Then you will die.
Oh my god, an ad?
What? All too easy.
Not
I
that easy.
expected more. I won't disappoint.
All I'm saying, this better not be like Kakashi versus Obi-Wan. Damn. Psych. Ooh, crushed his eye. Hell no. It's too easy. Too easy. Hell no. Too easy.
You've lost your humanity as well.
On the path of the dark side, it is inevitable.
Summon him for the Tento.
Impressive.
Okay, Cal respawn. Okay, Vader caught it. I don't think he hold up. I don't think Vader gonna be able. Oh, he shrunk it with the bullet? No, I got it. And the God tree is what they say. Stage the 6 pass. Let's go. Future. Yeah, it's over. It's literally over. Or Obito won. Yeah, Vader can't keep up. Too fast. But he got the dogs out there. Damn, he needs some over. Yeah, Vader needs some baby oil on that head. I already said he broke on throw his shit.
Accept this gift and die.
Too late.
Infinite Tsukiyomi. Oh, he topped up by putting him in a dream. That's crazy. He put him in a dream world. He made Vader come and touch with himself.
You are liberated from hell. Find peace in the next life.
How is that sword even possible? How could you even wield that? Yeah.
Well,
He made Vader come to conclusions for himself.
But he just couldn't handle Obito.
This
He
was
made
a very
him
complex match.
Already knew. Stop playing with my man, Obito, man.
Darth Vader and Obito were roughly even in power and speed, so it truly came down to their skill and arsenals.
And boy, did they have some deep bags of tricks. Even some of the same tricks. Both could fend off mental attacks. Both could move things around with their minds. and they both even had options to instantly kill each other.
Vader could simply force crush Obito's body, but Obito could just as easily rip out Vader's soul. However, Obito had a few more impressive options available to him, edging out just enough to earn a win.
For starters, Kamui made Obito extremely difficult just to touch, let alone injure. And as a Jinchuriki, he could regenerate from half of his body getting destroyed. While the dark side could help Vader survive extreme conditions, it obviously can't regrow limbs.
Plus, thanks to his wide array of jutsu, Obito would eventually overwhelm Vader. While chakra may normally be a limited source of energy,
bro, I love the Storm game.
The Ten Tails provided Obito with an
I think that was 3. I think it was Storm 3 or 2. Bro, I love that shit, bro.
Unlimited supply. And since chakra is both spiritual and physical energy, this means Obito would be able to fight on indefinitely.
Last but not least, Vader's preference for lightsaber combat means that he'd be up close and personal with Obito, right? Which left him vulnerable to getting disintegrated by one of the many truth-seeking orbs. Or even worse, sucked up into the Kamui dimension. Yeah, don't forget about that. Not only would he have no way out, he probably wouldn't even be able to tap into the Force while stuck there. Game over. Have fun starving to death, I guess. Wonder how long you can feed on hate.
Darth Vader may have had a tenacity that few others could match, but against Obito's similar might, busted regeneration, and overwhelming range of abilities, there was no escape.
In the end, Vader's victory just wasn't meant to be.
The winner is Obito Uchiha. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We have a new death battle releasing every 2 weeks this year. And click the join button to get new perks and extra content. Planet level members even see death battles before anyone else. So
all right, who's next? Who's next? Next time, who we got? Who we got? Who we got? Jean Grey versus Raven. I see the Raven. I don't care. Raven is a something from the underworld. Phoenix is an internal being. I got Raven. This is gonna be hard. Phoenix versus Raven, July 31st. I'm in there. I'm watching it. We watching it. Like I said, this battle, it was already meant to. I ain't gonna lie, I like the ending of that battle too. He made his ass come to peace and terms with it, so that shit was crazy. Yeah, that's a fight only. Yeah, that was a fight. I'll be around for the next death battle. See you soon.